I'm not going to explain this the right way because I don't have this in order like I typically normally have things in order. But I'm hoping that someone could use some of these ideas and organize this in order and explain this better than what I'm probably going to explain it as. We have technology in the year 2022 that has advanced throughout the years. We have metal detectors that no one is a fan of, and the metal detectors pick up obviously everything and anything that's metal, such as your phone and your belt, and it's annoying, and you have to wait, and you have to walk back out of the metal detector and walk back in. And obviously, no one likes to do that, and that's a fucked up way to live. Unfortunately, it's necessary for some buildings and some places. We need to somehow come up with one, an X-ray machine that detects guns and guns only in each entrance of every school in the United States of America. With that particular special X-ray machine that detects guns and guns only, especially those long, big guns and rifles, we will have two people somewhere in a control room to monitor each and every single student who walks in any entrance, and he or she and the machine will be able to notify those two individuals who work in the control room there is something metal and big beyond a belt and a cell phone. I'm not an expert when it comes to metal detectors or x-rays, but I know in the year 2022 we have machines that are capable of picking up guns and guns only. We have machines that can see almost every single thing when you walk by it, and it's clearly time we start using them. We don't like to hear the word TSA agents. When you hear that word, it's typically annoying and no one just wants to deal with TSA agents. But we need to come up with something where it's federal and every single school has something like the TSA agent, but rename it something more friendlier, something more fresher, something more cooler, something more, you're my friend, you're here to protect me. We need to start having minimum 4 TSA agents, and again replace that word with something cool and something fresh, so the students and the parents and everyone aren't just thinking it's TSA, because again, no one likes those people, but they are necessary. The other thing that we need to come up with is when you walk into the entrance of the school, there's an entrance here, entrance here, entrance there, entrance there. There's multiple entrances. It's sad to say that we need to come up with more x-rays every 20 feet when you walk through the school, just in case that first x-ray machine missed the TSA or missed something. The next one will pick it up. The third one will pick it up. Fourth thing we need to do that's unfortunately necessary, we need to have the x-ray machines in each and every single classroom. So when you walk in the classroom and when you walk out of the classroom, let's just say hypothetically you missed the first one. Later on, the machine will pick it up later, and each of those TSA agents on the east and the north, the south, the west, they will be monitoring all movement of guns and guns only. I don't like it. It's sad that we have to live this way. It's necessary, obviously. It's clearly necessary at this point. The last thing that I could possibly come up with right now when you're in jail or when you're in prison, a newer one anyway, the control room has access to open up every door and lock every door. If that gun goes, if that x-ray machine goes off in a particular classroom where something didn't add up, and the TSA agent or whatever we decide to call that in the control room, that agent will lock the door and no one goes in and no one goes out. I don't even know if that's safe and that will work, because if there is a shooter in that room, it's not fair for those kids in that classroom to be locked up with this maniac. But at least it will isolate the rest of the school and lock them down in that one room. And then all those TSA agents from the north, the south, the east, and the west will all go to that room, and they will know there's possibly something going wrong. They will have big, huge monitors, and those big, huge monitors should be able to protect or detect a gun and know the difference between a gun and a phone, know the difference between a gun and a belt. We need to get these detectors and x-rays to detect guns and guns only. And that's all I have for now, and quite frankly, I think that's all any of us are going to come up with as of right now. No one has. I rather be told no, we're not doing any of your operations, Eric. We're not listening to you. I'd rather be told no, as I have been told no multiple times in the past. And at least I know in my head that I tried and I have some answers. Because right now, no one seems to have any fucking answers. And the answers that I just provided, that's not 100% concrete, but it's going to be extremely better than nothing. I guess we would have to go back to not having no backpacks at all. Again, that's a very fucked up way of living. Do we really need books and backpacks with all the digital stuff now these days anyway? Even if we do go to not having no backpacks allowed in schools, which I don't think that's going to fly, but even if we do, someone could still have a gun in the back of their wrist or their hip. The 2022 X-rays machine should be able to detect guns and guns only. We need to start installing those X-rays machines every 10 feet, every 15 feet, and that's the absolute best that we can do as of right now that I know of.